Good morning, everybody. Well, we're all back to work. Here I am, just next to the Eiffel Tower, which is where my office is, and it's snowing in Paris.
Welcome back to France, everyone. As you can see, I'm in a beautiful, snowy Paris, but this is not a Paris episode. We are going to be continuing the Chateau renovation in the primary suite, the Chatelains Suite, and I'm going to be showing you how to faux marble. Basically how to take a piece of plain water plaster and create magic, like artists have been doing in grand spaces for thousands of years, from Ponte to Rome to Florence, and of course here in France. Now, as you know, we did so much work in our Chatelains Suite, our primary bedroom, before, while we were also filming for British Television's Channel 4 Chateau DIY. And it was so much that I'm finding now that I'm only having the time to edit everything to show you, but I want to share every little detail with you. It's taken me a few months, but it's worth it. And also, as promised in this episode, Sally and I are going to be taking you to Florence, where I found that amazing Chatelain and some other beautiful treasures. And the Chatelain's the one that I wore to the Chateau de la Lande for the Christmas party. Some of you might remember that. But first, before taking you back to sunnier times to show you how to do the trompe faux marble project, I want to show you this extreme rarity. Beautiful Paris under a fairy tale blanket of snow.
So I don't think a lot of people will make it in today just because it's so bad, but I don't think I've ever seen the Eiffel Tower in the snow like this. It's beautiful. Look at that. Thought I'd share that with you. Anyway, must get to work. See you later.
Now, if you guys remember taking you back, we've done so many things in this room, from everything from the faux paneling to the fabric on the walls, the painting of various colors, the finishing of the ceiling. We've started sewing beautiful curtains. We're already looking at the last details. We upcycled the furniture. We did Wedgwood medallions on the furniture. We have some amazing hand-painted panels coming up. But right now, a wonderful project that we did was to create this amazing fake marble. And we had this absolutely hideous fireplace. Some of you will tell me it's not hideous, but in the scheme of the rest of the room, this oxblood marble fireplace was standing out like a sore thumb. How was I going to tie it in with the rest of the room? Let's show you. Okay, heading out now to the garage, otherwise known as Simon's carpentry space, because he has completely taken the whole thing over, and he is busy trying to create a shelf. It may or may not be going well.
Now, as you can see, I've put an edge along the shelf here, and that just needs a little tidy up. So I'm going to sand that a little bit as well. I'll just do that now. Okay, so here's the shelf, ready to go. You said you're going to marbleize it. What are you going to do?
So the shelf is going to go under here, under the mirror, the big mirror. Yeah. Okay. And what I'd like to try to do is have a go at making it match the fireplace, because we've got this kind of oxblood fireplace that we've been trying to work with in this room. And so I think it would actually be pretty. What do you think that's going to look like?
Well, knowing you, it'll probably look like the fireplace.
I'll try.
Good luck.
I'm gonna have a go. So this fireplace is all sorts of shades, if we look closely, of deep red, rust, brown, gray, black, white, and taupe. The top is a little bit different in the veining to the front. So I think what I'd like to try to create is the front with some of this white veining. I think that's beautiful. So we are going to start with this deep red shade. And I'm just going to start laying it on. Not all over the place. We're going to go patchy like that. Now that the red is just about done, we're going to lay down some gray, some dark gray, some black, and some brown. So now what I'm doing is I'm stippling all these colors together like this. Kind of in the pattern that you would find veining in natural stone. A lot's happening while I'm getting to work. We're starting to think about curtains and pelmets as well. Okay, now it's time to get fancy with this marble technique. It's time to put the veining in. So with a long, narrow brush, I'm going to go in for the taupe and start with some of the paler veins. And remember to take it all the way through the end because that's what real stone would look like. As you can see, when the paint dries, the colors start to blend together, the veins recede into the blended paintwork, and we start to get the effect of real marble.
So it won't look shiny.
So you see, it's Not varnished yet, but it's very close.
Pretty good.
You like it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
You got the right side up? Yeah, that's the underside, yeah. Now, if you try this at home, you should always test the colors first, because as you can see, when they dry, they're a completely different shade than when they're wet, and they're much more muted. And then finally, the glossy varnish will finish everything off. Is it time to put up our shelf?
Yes.
The faux marble shelf. I'm gonna varnish it once it's in place. Oh, this is gonna be so pretty. this activity because Simon is leaving me behind and taking off for a few days, and I have some special early Valentine's Day gifts to give him. Now, you guys all know that men are exceedingly hard to shop for, especially Simon here, and that he really likes gifts that are clever and useful. I have a very special bag of surprises for him this week from Exter, who's also this week's sponsor. Are you ready to open your early Valentine's gift?
I am.
Now, Exter is known for inventing the first trackable smart wallet. It's this gorgeously compact premium leather wallet which holds up to 14 cards. It's got a very clever ejector button.
Oh, what a great idea.
And on top of that, Exter has also invented the Travel Pack Vacuum Kit. This is an amazing space-saving solution for travelers who want to pack more without bulking up their bags.
So when I'm traveling, I like to travel with a small bag like this that will fit under the seat in front of me in the plane, so I don't have to pay for extra baggage.
This vacuum kit is so cool because you can triple your packing space with these vacuum travel bags, and it comes with this tiny portable USB-C rechargeable air pump, which compresses the bags while traveling, or you can also use a regular vacuum cleaner. The vacuum bags are modular and designed to fit into any carry-on and are made from durable anti-tear nylon.
Got all that extra space which was full before.
Extra is having a big Valentine's Day sale with discounts of up to 40% off, and on top of that, you can unlock an extra 20% off with my code CLOVE. There's even a 100-day money-back guarantee.
Twice as many clothes in my bag and a trackable wallet. It is a good Valentine's Day. Thank you so much, sweetie, and thank you, Extra.
I think that gift was a tremendous success. Now, I am hoping that the next time Simon's packing up, the two of us will go somewhere nice together. Can any of you out there think of a place that you think we ought to go visit? If so, let us know in the comments. So here I am in Florence. As a lot of you know, I have a design project that I'm working on here. And of course, I'm also on the hunt for beautiful antique jewelry, micro mosaics, cameos, all of those things. And I can't come to Florence without checking out the beautiful architecture and of course, taking you guys along with me for some adventures. I want to give you a little tour of our vacation rental, our Airbnb here in Florence. We picked it because, funnily enough, it's actually French country. It's not very Italian, but it's so beautiful. This place isn't big, but it's got a lot of charm. There's a little bit of a kind of shabby chic aesthetic going on in here, but it's so, so, so pretty. Look, there's a Smeg fridge and an espresso machine. This is Sally's bedroom, which has a lovely old hand-painted headboard and bed. And there's even a little balcony. Now, this is really very authentic, isn't it? We feel like real Florentines in here. And then coming back through, even a chandelier. And then I'll show you my bedroom, which is through here. Isn't it sweet? Another pretty chandelier. This one's got little nymphs dancing all around the porcelain base. It's very uniquely Italian. Some lovely wrought iron work above the wardrobe. Huge wardrobes. I could live here full time without any problems at all. And I think the thing that probably sold us on this place more than anything, you won't believe it, is the bathroom. Check this out. I mean, that is a serious bathroom. It's just beautifully appointed. It's got all these lovely retro fixtures and fittings. Fantastic mirror above the bathtub. And it's an old original cast iron bathtub. And of course it's got the wonderful curtains hanging around it. Just cannot wait to get in that bathtub. And we popped up to the store for a few goodies in the fridge, and I couldn't resist getting some springtime flowers. With an apartment as lovely as this, it's so pretty. And look, inside our fridge, just to keep us going, we have Metodo Classico. So for anybody who comes to Italy, if you're really missing French champagne, this is very, very similar. Eggs, yogurt, extra coffee. We really think that we might need the extra coffee. Now, how can we come to Italy and not get some gorgonzola? This is tacchino, which is a little bit of turkey, a little bit of ginger, some avocados, and after that, I think we need to get out and explore this. Now for the next few days, we have a lovely little floral arrangement. It's so exciting shopping here in Florence, especially as I can find beautiful pieces that I can share with you on the Chateau Love website. I'm about to walk down the Ponte Vecchio, which is the most famous bridge here in Florence, but I'm looking for jewelry, antique jewelry shops. Now, there aren't necessarily bargains to be had on the Ponte Vecchio for antique jewelry, but sometimes there will be something so extraordinary and unusual that I just really can't resist getting it to share with you on my website. Look at these pietra dura pieces and micro mosaics. I feel so lucky to be able to be a personal shopper for all my friends around the world by buying beautiful antique and vintage jewelry pieces from Paris to Florence to So I am giddy with excitement, you guys, because I just found the most unbelievable thing at one of the antique shops on the Ponte Vecchio. It is a complete chatelaine. It's in sterling silver, but it was actually made in England. It's hallmarked from Bond Street, and I need to obviously do some more research on it. I can't pull it out right now because I'm surrounded by tourists and it's fine jewelry. I overpaid for it, but it's completely complete. And it also has the coolest thing that Victorian ladies used to use to hold up their skirts. This is such a special thing, but the thing I loved most about it is how did it get to Florence? I have this idea that some grand lady in the 1800s came here on the world tour, and she was wearing her beautiful chatelaine. Something happened to her, obviously. Or maybe she needed money. Maybe she ran off with an Italian lover and she sold her chatelaine to somebody here in Florence and lived happily ever after. And then I've just found it. Now, sadly, I can't keep it. I'm gonna have to put it on the website. But this is a very, very special piece with a very special story from Bond Street in London to the Ponte Vecchio here in Florence. I just love this job. Here we are at the San Spirito Antique Market. This happens on the second Sunday of every month here in Florence. So of course when I'm out shopping, I'm not just thinking about the things that I like, but of course the things that you guys would like as well. And as you can see, they have everything. They have antiques, they have thrift clothes, they have all kinds of cool things, and it's very, very popular with the locals. Looks like Sally's found something to buy.
Yes.
Look at all of this beautiful porcelain and the prices. So lovely. This stall here has beautiful things. Some wonderful lava cameos. Painted brooches. I'm seeing so many pretty things. Look at this dessert set with mother of pearl handles. The most beautiful little handbag made of tapestry. I love that.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, it's gorgeous. And then look at this. It's like a little doll's house moquette. Fit for Marie Antoinette. And it closes up into a little box. Perfect for a little girl or a little boy from 200 years ago. I love that.
Really nice.
Sally just spotted something beautiful. Clearly that was in a church, probably to cover up the chalice. And the work is exquisite.
Amazing.
Well, Sally, I did it. I bought that little bag. It's
I'm
beautiful.
glad.
I know,
Yeah,
me
I was
too.
going to.
Oh, really? Aw. I couldn't resist. I had to buy that little bag. It was so exquisite. Victorian era with the finest needlepoint you've ever seen. Now I have to decide, am I keeping it or am I putting it on the website? It's not jewelry, but it's beautiful enough to be a piece of jewelry and small enough to ship like one. So let's see. Now this is a kind of stall that makes me giddy. All of these incredible door knockers, brass onlays. I mean, just piles and piles and piles of the most beautiful things. And so heavy. If I put that in my bag, it's going to be way overweight. But just incredible. Copper pots.
So cute.
Look at that. Ooh, I like him too.
Look at him.
And of course, spectacular pieces of Murano glass. I mean, this wouldn't go in my house, but imagine that in a beautiful modern house coming out of the ceiling. Actually, I think my Florence client might like that. And with this beautiful backdrop, now of course it's time to celebrate with lunch.
White pizza with blue cheese, walnuts, and figs.
When in Florence, this has to be the most beautiful pizza I've ever seen. Figs, walnuts, gorgonzola. Are you ready? There is a salad coming. There is. I promise there is. Antiques, Italy, and pizza. What could be better?
Very little.
We're about to go into my favorite food hall in the whole world. It's the Mercato San Lorenzo here in Florence, and it is a feast for the senses. This is the thing I think I've been looking forward to most coming back to Florence, and I can't wait to show Sally. Sally's on the hunt for beautiful strawberries, and they have them in abundance. very begin, because all of these places are serving food and drinks. And if you want to learn how to cook, this is an Italian cooking school right here in the market, where I'm guessing all the students have access to the very best ingredients. And we can't forget dessert. I think we all know what that is. This is so much fun. So we're being very Italian and sitting at a table with lots of other people. You're probably going to think me a terrible traitor to Italian culture, but I could not resist the sushi. Sally's getting something very typical with truffles and pasta, but they had this amazing fresh sushi bar, and every single piece is different and covered with really interesting things like all different fruits, strawberries, mango. It's just beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and so fresh. Having a little bit of pasta envy. Now I'm wishing I got in the pasta. Look at that.
Well, there's plenty for both of us. This is an enormous portion.
It's
I'm happy to see you.
covered in truffles. It's beautiful. Buon appetito.
Grazie.
What have you done, Sally?
It's been a very bad.
You have been a very bad girl. You left me for a moment and came back with tiramisu and a cannolo.
Well, you know, I've been a bad influence on you for as long as I can remember. Why would I stop now?
Since we were 10 years old,
Since we were 10.
which some people could do the math on that.
A really long
Really long time. Okay. Is it good?
Pues això és la Real Acadèmia de la Subnormalitat Valenciana. I existia.
It's time for Cheese of the Week, and you guessed it, we are stocking up on Parmesan, and I'm buying 2 kilos of it, massive amounts. And Simon loves to cook, so hopefully he'll like this. All different ages, and apparently we can get it from a black cow or a red cow. That's my cheese back there. He's wrapping it up for me. And now I'm getting carried away because I remember that Simon really loves gorgonzola as well. So I'm going home with lots of cheese. And when we think of all these wonderful cheeses, we've got so many good ones to choose from here in Italy. We've got gorgonzola, provolone, of course, parmigiano, and then all of these things with tartufo, with truffles. It's just so, so, so beautiful. Great cheese all over Europe. What'd you get, Sally?
I got a very large piece of Parmesan cheese for my mother.
I've got this bag here. It's 3 kilos. I think this is the first time that cheese might actually put me over my baggage allowance on the plane.
I have a really hard time believing that that would be the first time that's happening.
Oh, no. I've been over my baggage allowance before, but never because of cheese.
Again, I think I have a really hard time believing that it hasn't been because of cheese.
Maybe. And it never, ever gets old.
The magic spell you cast. This is La Vie When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart.